Hey, what is going on guys, it's Tharshey and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the top 3 builds for Gimli in Lord of the Rings Rise to War. So if you guys do enjoy this video, please do drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to turn on those post notifications. Also click that join button down below if you do want to become a channel member. So a quick disclaimer before we get into the video is I'm assuming everyone who is watching this video has the Gimli at level 50 and respect level 5. The reason for this is because it'll give you 55 skill points to play with plus another 2 from his warrior title. So that'll give you a total of 57 skill points. If you do have 4 extra points from having max imparted wisdom, that is very helpful because those extra skill points are going to be able to make your build just that much better. Anyway, let's get straight into the build. So the first build I'm going to be giving you, and this is basically like all these builds are very similar to one another. However, some of them focus, for example, more on commander skill damage, some focus more on normal commander damage, while some are more melee damage focused. Okay, so the first build I'm going to be giving you is my build that I'm currently using, and it's focused more on his normal damage plus a little bit of skill damage to help out. So you're going to put 15 points into experienced warrior, 7 points into hunt down, 7 points into collaboration, then you're going to put 15 points into Durin's blood, 7 points into whirlwind, and you're going to put 6 points into all in. And the reason for 6 points into all in is because if you calculate how many points this costs in total to max out both of these plus all 4 of these sub skills is going to cost you 58 skill points, and you're not going to have 58 skill points, you only have 57. So unfortunately you're going to have to leave 1 skill point out of all in. However, if you do have imparted wisdom on him, so assuming you have 1 skill point from imparting wisdom, then you can max out all in. And if you have the other 3 skill points, so you have a total of 61 skill points on Gimli, okay, then you take the next 2 skill points, you put them into Lord of Glittering Caves, and you put 1 point into Heavily Wounded. Reason for this is because every time Heavily Wounded activates, it's going to stop the enemy from recovering HP for 2 rounds, so it's very helpful fighting Galadriels or any other unit that heals. Also, all in, obviously it reduces the next damage dealt by 50%, but skilling it last is fine because that will mean your next damage dealt will be heavily wounded. So in this build you can skill all in second to last if you have 61 skill points, because after putting all in, you're going to take 2 points into Glittering Caves and 1 point into Heavily Wounded, so that the damage reduction on your commander will apply to Heavily Wounded. Heavily Wounded will only have 1 skill point in it, therefore it won't be affected that much. So just to quickly recap this build: 15 points into Experienced Warrior, 7 points into Hunt Down and Collaboration, 15 into Durin's Blood, 7 into Whirlwind, and 6 into All In if you only have 57 skill points. If you have 58 skill points, aka 1 skill point from Imparting Wisdom, then you can max out All In. And if you have 4 skill points from Imparting Wisdom, then the extra 3 skill points, 2 of them will go into Lord of Glittering Caves and 1 of them will go into Heavily Wounded, just so you can apply some healing mitigation to this build. Anyway, on to the second build. So the second build for Gimli, well, it's very simple. First, you're going to max out Lord of the Glittering Caves, so that's going to be 15 skill points there. Then you're going to max out Break Defenses, that's going to be 7 skill points there. Then you're going to max out Heavily Wounded, that's going to be 7 skill points there. Then you're going to max out Durin's Blood, that's going to be 15 skill points there. Then you're going to max out Whirlwind, 7 skill points there. And as before, you're going to max out All In, or in this case put 6 out of 7 points in there. Though if you do have imparted wisdom, then you can max all in out and you can put your extra damage either into Experienced Warrior, or if you're using elves and dwarves, you can put 2 points into Lockbearer and 1 point into Protect Elves. Okay, so the second build is all skill damage build, okay, and it deals more damage to melee because of maxing out Lord of Glittering Caves. So to quickly recap it, we're gonna have Lord of Glittering Caves at 15 out of 15, then Break Defenses 7 out of 7, then Heavily Wounded 7 out of 7, then Durin's Blood 15 out of 15, then Whirlwind 7 out of 7, and then All In 6 out of 7. However, if you have max imparted wisdom, then you can put 1 extra point into All In and 3 points into Experienced Warrior, or 2 points into Lockbearer and 1 point into Protect Elves with those extra skill points. Anyway, onto the third build. So the third build is one I haven't seen used that much. It's generally lower, I tend to find it dealing less damage per game unless you're versing full melee units, at which point I find it to be pretty effective still. So yeah, Anyway, the third build is going to be 15 points into Experienced Warrior, 7 points into Hunt Down, 7 points into Collaboration, 15 points into Lord of Glittering Caves, 7 points into Break Defenses, and 6 points into Heavily Wounded. Though obviously if you do have Imparted Wisdom on him, then you're going to put 7 points into Heavily Wounded, as you will have enough skill points to do that, and you're going to put your extra 3 skill points into Durin's Blood, or if you're using Elves and Dwarves, you can put 2 points into Lockbearer and 1 point into Protect Elves, just so you are able to protect those Elvish units. Anyway, these are the 3 skill builds for Gimli that you can use. I've used all 3 of them at different points. Right now I've been using the first build, which I found to be pretty good, especially with the extra respect levels and the extra skill points from imparting wisdom. Being able to have Lord of Glittering Caves and Heavily Wounded, it allows me to trade much better with Galadriels, for example, which I've been fighting a lot of. So this build has been working really well for me, though I have clan members, or should I say fellowship members, who are using the full skill build, and even one guy who is using the Experienced Warrior plus Lord of the Glittering Caves build. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I'm going to quickly go over a recap of all the builds, just for anyone that wants to, skip to this part of the video and just see a quick recap without any explanation at all. So, build 1. Experienced Warrior maxed out plus both parts, or both branches, so that's Hunt Down and Collaboration. Then Durin's Blood maxed out plus Whirlwind, and lastly All In. If you have Imparted Wisdom maxed, then you're going to put your extra skill points into Lord of Glittering Caves and 1 point into Heavily Wounded. For skill build number 2, you're going to max out Lord of the Glittering Caves, put 7 points into Break Defenses, 7 into Heavily Wounded, 15 into Durin's Blood, 7 into Whirlwind, and 6 into All In. Though if you have maxed out Imparted Wisdom, you can max out All In and put the extra skill points into Experienced Warrior, or 2 into Lockbearer and 1 into Protect Elves. And for the third build, you're going to have Experienced Warrior maxed out plus both its branches, Hunt Down and Collaboration. Then you're going to max out Lord of the Glittering Caves plus Break Defenses and 6 points into Heavily Wounded. Though if you have Imparted Wisdom maxed out, then you will max out Heavily Wounded and put 2 points into Lockbearer and 1 point into Protect Elves. Anyway, I hope this video did help you guys out, and let me know which of these 3 builds you are using on your Gimli, whether it's build 1, build 2, or build 3, and I'll see you guys in the next video.